A very good morning to my dear student. Hope in the present situation you are doing well. So today we'll be going through our newer topic. Okay, first of all, welcome to my class. So today we'll be going through the subject economic application and the second chapter of our lesson. So in our last class, as we have discussed about the demand. So whatever lessons are being taught, the chapters what are explained. So let me make you clear that it won't be repeated again. So when the school reopens, so the chapter won't be repeated again. Because as I went through the YouTube, the views which was found as compared to the earlier view, so very few of the students are following. Very few of the students they care about to go through the videos. Okay. So the syllabus is a compulsion that we have to complete, and when the school reopens, okay, if you are compelling to go through it again, so it won't be possible. So it is a request to you all to follow the channel, okay, our school channel, and go through the videos thoroughly, okay, so that you won't be facing any difficulty. So this was a small notification to my dear student. Hope you understand and follow the channel. Okay, it is for the betterment of your studies. The channel is made for your betterment, so that whenever you want, you can just go through our channel and you can see the videos. So it won't be deleted from there. So just you can go through in the present situation. Okay, it is a great help for you all. So take it in a positive way. Okay, now let's come to our chapter. Okay, so before that, let us have a small recap of the last chapter, previous chapter. In our previous chapter, we have studied about the demand. So what we have found there, we have found that demand and a price has an inverse relation. There is an inverse relation between the price and the quantity demanded, and it is from the consumer side. It's from the consumer side, consumer's viewpoint. So when the price becomes too high, the consumer demand less of the product, and the price become less, the consumer demand more of the product. Okay, and the slope of the demand, it is downward sloping. Okay, see here, the slope, it slopes downward. Okay, this is the demand curve, it slopes downward. So, and moreover, we have studied about the exceptions where the law of demand doesn't operate. Okay, and law of demand means price. Okay, price of the commodity changes, other factors remain constant. So there we have studied, okay, law of demand. So other factors are same, the determinants of demand, they are the other factors, and exceptions means they are having a direct relation between the price and the quantity demanded. So these are points we have studied in our last class. So today we will be discussing about the supply. So here, take it in a much simpler way. So be the producer. While studying the supply, you have to be a producer or a seller, businessman. You will think from the producer's viewpoint. If you are taking it from the producer's viewpoint, then you will find it very, very easier to understand it. You will not face any difficulty. Okay, but you have to be a producer from the producer viewpoint. In supply, what is there? There is a direct relation between the price and the quantity demanded. Yes, a direct relation between the price and the quantity demanded. When the price is high, the quantity supplied, okay, by the seller or the producer is also high. And when the price become low, the quantity supplied by the producer or the seller also becomes low. Okay, it depends upon the price and the producer's willingness. Okay, by seeing the given time period also. And the supply curve, it always slopes upward. It slopes upward. So let us come, okay, to the chart. Before this, let us see. So what we are going to learn here in supply. We are going to learn, okay, chapter 2. We are going to learn the meaning and individual and market supply. We are going to learn the determinants. We are going to learn the movement or shift or movement of the supply curve. We are going to learn the individual and market demand schedule as well as supply curve also in the syllabus. So let us come to the chart. Okay. So see here, meaning. The supply of a commodity refers to different quantities of a commodity which producers or sellers are willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a particular period of time. As I have told you, see here, it refers to a commodity. Commodity refers to different quantities of a commodity. Different quantities of a commodity which producers or sellers are willing to produce. Different quantities of a commodity which the producers are willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices. Okay, during a particular period of time. Okay, the producer's willingness should be there. Okay, producer's willingness should be there. Okay, and offer to produce, okay, at different prices during a given time period. Different prices means when the price is high and when the price is low. Okay, when the price is high, the producer will supply more, and when the price is low, the producer will supply less. Why? Because the producer will get more profit when the price is high, and when the price is low, the producer will get less profit. That is what the producer wants, profit. Okay. Next thing, individual and market supply. Okay, individual supply. Say just you have to make some changes here. Little changes, everything same. Okay, whatever definition, once you learn the definition, individual market, it become very easy. Just you have to make little bit changes. Individual supply. Supply of a commodity refers to different quantities of a commodity which, okay, a single or individual producer, okay, is willing, it won't be R, is willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a particular period of time. Okay, everything will be same, just single, the word single or individual will be added, and instead of R there will be is willing to produce. Okay, is willing to produce. Okay, which a single producer is willing to produce and offer for sale. Okay, this much you have to, if you're making changes, then complete right. Okay, and market supply. Supply of a commodity refers to different quantities of a commodity where all the producers are whole producers. Okay, all the producers are whole producers. are willing, here are willing will be there, are willing to produce, the quantities at a different prices during a given time period. This is what, okay, individual and market. Okay, here all the producers or the whole producers are willing, everything will be same. Okay, everything will be same. Okay, next comes to our determinants of supply. What are the determinants? Means the factors which influence the supply. The factors which influence the supply. What are the factors here? Price of the commodity. Okay, goals of the producers, price of the factors of production, price of related commodities, state of technology, taxes and subsidies, price expectation. Means you can say this at future expectations also. Price of the commodity. Here, price of the commodity denotes that when the price of the commodity is high, in that case the producer will supply or produce more of the commodity. And when the price of the commodity, okay, comes down, becomes low, in that case the producer supplies or produce less of the commodity. Understood? Next, goals of the producer. Here there are two goals of the producer: sales maximization and profit maximization. Those producers who seek for profit maximization, those producers, okay, they try to sell their goods at a higher prices because they want maximum profit. Okay, less consumer, no doubt, they'll get less consumer, but they will take a high profit with use money margin and sales maximization. And those who look for sales maximization, they want more of the consumer. They will give lots of discount to the consumer and all to attract the consumer, so that more of the consumer can come and they can purchase the product. Okay, they will sell lesser of the product. No doubt they will take the profit, but they will take a less profit but more consumer. Okay, this is the two goal of the producer: profit maximization and sales maximization. Okay, so profit maximization means when the price of the commodity is too high, then that time what the producer will do? The producer will produce more. And when the price becomes low, in that case producer will produce less. Both profit and sales maximization, both they will follow the same thing, because they both are in the market for the profit only. One looking for higher profit and one looking for the lesser profit. Okay, that is what. Next, price of factors of production. Price of factors of production. So there are four factors of production: land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is already here. Producer himself, they are the entrepreneur. So land, labor, capital. If the price of the land or labor or the capital increases, so in that case what will happen? The price of the commodity will also increase. The price of the commodity will also increase. And if the price of the factors of production decreases, in that case the price of the commodity will also decrease. So now the producer, it depends on the producer whether to increase the production or to decrease the production. As the supply said, when the price become high, the producer will supply more, and when the price becomes low, the producer will supply less. Okay. Next, price of the related commodities. Price of the related commodities means, as you have studied in the demand. Okay. Normal goods, inferior goods. Normal goods, inferior goods, necessities of life. Okay. So, in terms of normal goods, if the price will be high, the producer will produce more of the commodity. Okay, because the producer will want more profit. And in terms of inferior goods, the producer will not care much about the inferior goods. The producer will get, because the producer are getting lesser profit in terms of inferior goods. And in terms of necessities of life, okay, the producer will look for, okay, the same production, because all the people, they want, whether the price increase or decrease, they want the same quantity. So the producer will stick towards the same production only. Whatever he was producing earlier, he will produce in the same quantity, because the producer knows that the profit margin will be also same only, and the supply will be also same, because they are particular amount of consumer there. By seeing the consumer, the producer will supply the commodity. Next is the state of technology. Here, technological factor also matters much. There are two kind of technology. Outdated means the old method, and the modern means latest. Or you can say labor intensive or capital intensive technology. Those who use old technology means, for them the price of the product becomes too high, because time consuming, labor power is used too much, as well as production becomes low. So when the production becomes low, okay, and the labor and the money used by the producer becomes high, in that case the price becomes too high. And when the capital is used, the machineries are used, the modern equipments are used, in that case the production becomes too smoothly, very very high. And moreover, the cost of production, COP, the cost of production also becomes less. The cost of production also becomes less, and what happens? The profit margin becomes high. The cost of production becomes less, and the production is high. So when the cost of production becomes less, so the producer can sell that in much more higher prices, and the producer gets a higher profit when the modern methods is used. Next, taxes and subsidies. Taxes and subsidies. See, taxes and subsidies also plays a vital role in the production process. Taxes. When the government will impose taxes, higher taxes, then the producer will feel reluctant. They won't be encouraged much in terms of production, so they will decrease the production. Okay, because they have to pay much in the taxes. Means if they are paying much in the taxes, means the profit margin is decreased. So in that case, they will produce less. But when the government is giving subsidies, means relaxation in the taxes, okay, some of the benefits to the producer, in that case what will happen? The producer will happily come in the market, and they will produce in a large quantity, because the government has given much relaxation, much relief to them. Okay, and they will be happy to come in the market and produce the goods. Okay, because of the government policy. It is also called as government policy. Some book you will see the government policy. Okay, taxes and subsidies. Next, price expectation. Okay, means future expectations. Price expectation means your future expectation. So when the producer thinks that in the future the price is going to rise more or too high, then in present day the producer will supply less or keep the good in stock in the expectation that it will rise in the future. But if it happens just opposite, the producer is thinking in the future the price is going to fall, then what the producer will do? In the present day only, the producer will take all the stock outside, and the producer will try to sell the goods. Okay, this is what future price expectation or future expectation also you can say. Now come to supply schedule. Okay, what is supply schedule? See, It is a tabular statement showing various quantities which the producers are willing, again you can see it, same, are willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a particular period of time. It is a tabular statement. Just you have to add, it is a tabular statement. Okay, tabular statement means a table like this. See, quantity. When the price is, take 100, the quantity, okay, when the price is 200, quantity is 200. This way, direct relation. See here, it is tabular statement. This is what. When the price is 100, quantity will be 1, 200, 2, 303, 404. Okay, means the more the price increase, more the quantity will be demanded. Okay, in this sense. Okay, so supply schedule is of two types: individual supply schedule and market supply schedule. So individual supply schedule, okay, again it goes with the same, okay, same way. So what is it? It is a tabular statement showing various quantities which the single producer excuse me, which the single producer or the individual producer, okay, is willing, or willing, it won't be, is willing to produce. Okay, like here, R is that LB is willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a given time period. This much. Okay, individual. And market supply schedule. Market. So it is a tabular statement showing various quantities which where all the producers or whole producers, okay, are willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a given time period. Okay, this much. Okay, this is what supply schedule. And two types: individual supply schedule and market supply schedule. Supply schedule, it is a tabular statement. Okay, what it is? A tabular statement. Next here, supply curve. Okay, supply curve. It is a diagrammatic representation of the law of supply. It is the diagrammatic representation of the law of supply. Through diagram we make. Okay, like you can see here. This way. As I told you, when the price is OP1, here. When the price is OP, the quantity demand is OQ. When the price is OP1, the quantity is high, OQ1. When the price is OP0, means when the price falls from OP to OP0, the quantity demand is OQ0. So here, the supply curve, it flows upward. Okay, so this is what, okay, it is a diagrammatic representation of the law of supply. This is law of supply. Okay, of the law of supply. Next, individual supply curve and market supply curve. See, what does individual supply curve state? So individual supply curve, it says that it is a diagrammatic representation of the, okay, of the law of supply, where the individual producers is willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a particular period of time. This much. Okay, for individual. And market, it is a diagrammatic representation of the law of supply, where, okay, all the producers or whole producers are willing to produce and offer for sale at different prices during a particular period of time. This one. Supply schedule, it is a tabular statement, and supply curve, it is a diagrammatic representation. Supply schedule, same, it is a tabular statement of the law of supply, and supply curve, it is a diagrammatic representation of the law of supply. And when it comes to individual and market, you have to add just individual, and in terms of market, you have to add whole or all. Okay, that is one. Next come to movement along supply curve or change in quantity supplied. See here, movement along supply curve or change in quantity supplied. Here, when the quantity supplied of a commodity changes due to change in its price. When the quantity supplied for the commodity changes due to change in its price, other factors excuse me, other factors affecting the supply remains same or constant. It is called as change in supply or movement along the supply curve. Okay, movement along the supply curve. Understood? So now see here, movement of a supply curve or change in quantity supplied. Okay, there are two. It is divided into two sections. Okay, it is divided into two sections: expansion and contraction, or increase or decrease. Expansion or contraction, increase or decrease. Okay, see here, the price is affected and the other factors which affect the supply remains constant. Other factors means here, these are the other factors. Remaining the first one, okay, leaving first one. So this all will not change. Here this will change. Okay, here, movement along a supply curve. So expansion and contraction. Let's see about expansion and contraction. See here, when larger quantity of a commodity is supplied at a higher price, when larger quantity of a commodity is supplied at a higher price, it is called expansion of supply. Okay, it is called expansion of supply. Okay, or increase in quantity supplied. And when smaller quantity of a commodity is supplied at a lower price, it is called contraction of supply or fall in quantity supplied. Okay, this diagram you can draw. I'll explain you after the completion of the chapter. Okay, I'll explain you. So this is what, okay, means in expansion the larger quantity is supplied, okay, at a higher price, and in contraction lesser quantity of a quantity is supplied at a lower price. Okay, so lower price, higher price, larger quantities, smaller quantities. Okay, this highlighted point, it is an important factor. Okay, next, shift of supply curve or change in supply. Shift of supply curve or change in supply means here it was increasing, okay, increasing and decreasing, upward and downward, but here it will be shift, rightward and leftward. Okay, rightward and leftward shift, it will be in this way. Price will remain constant. Okay, thus the quantity supplied will change because of change in other factors. Price will remain constant here. Price will remain constant, other factor will change. Okay, just go. Let's see. When the amount supplied of a commodity increases or decreases. When the amount supplied of a commodity increases or decreases because of change in factors other than the own price of the commodity. Own price will remain constant, but other factor will change. Okay, own price will remain constant, but the change, the other factor will change. Okay. Okay. See here the price is remaining constant, but what is changing? The other factor is changing. Okay, the other factor is changing here. So shift of a supply curve, you can take it in, okay, increase in supply and decrease in supply. Okay, see, it means a larger amount of commodity is supplied at every price. It means a smaller amount of a commodity is supplied at every price. Every price means the same price. Okay, it results from change in non-price factors, non-price factor, and it results from change in non-price factors. It leads to a rightward shift of the entire supply curve, and it leads to a leftward shift of the entire supply curve. Means rightward shift is there and here leftward shift is there. Okay. Okay. Here rightward shift is there and here leftward shift is there. So these are the factors. Okay. So let's one more time. Let's go through the differences between expansion of supply and contraction of supply. In expansion of supply, it states that it means more is supplied at a higher price of the commodity. Okay, more is supplied at a higher prices. Okay, and here less is supplied, okay, at a lower price. And here it results from a rise in own price, okay, of the commodity, other things remaining the same. Other things will remain same. And here rise in the own price of the commodity. And here it results from fall, okay, fall in the own price of the commodity, other things remaining the same. Okay, it is shown by the upward movement. It is shown by upward movement along the supply curve, and it shows by downward movement along the supply curve. Okay, let's see the diagram. Okay, diagram. See, when the price is OP, the quantity supply is OQ. The price changes from OP to OP1. The quantity supplied is OQ1. Okay, and when the price falls from OP to OP0, the quantity supplied also falls. So see here, the price changes here, means it is movement along the supply curve. Okay, when the price become high, okay, the price is higher, the commodity supplied is also higher. Okay, and when the price is lower price is lower, the quantity supplied is also less. This commodity. Okay, it results in rise in own price. Here, rise in own price. The price rises, and it results in fall in own price. Earlier the price was OP, again it falls from OP to OP0. This falls in own price. Okay, so it is the upward movement. See here, upward, going upward, and it is, okay, downward here. Okay, so when you make a curve, we make the curve this way. Understood? Okay, and here upward movement, and here this is downward movement. Okay, this is what expansion and contraction. Excuse me, and movement along the supply curve. This is what. And when you take about shift, what is happening here? Take the price is OP. Okay, the quantity supplied as OQ. Okay, so price is remaining constant, but the other factors is changing. Suppose take the government policy. If the government is giving, okay, imposing more taxes, price remains same. More taxes, then the interest of the producer will decrease and the supply will also decrease. Okay, chilo. And when the government is giving subsidy, means lots of relaxation to the producer, then the interest of the producer will be more and the producer will come in the market and they will try to produce more. So in that case, the quantity supplied is OQ1. Okay, and this way the supply curve. Okay, so here it means the larger amount of commodity is supplied at every price. Okay, larger is, okay, is produced. This is what larger, and it means smaller is produced or supplied at every price. It results from change in non-price factor, means the price is not changing but non-price is changing. Okay, means the government policy, the taxes and subsidies, they are changing. The price is not changing. Okay, and it leads to a rightward shift of a entire supply curve. Rightward shift here. More is supplied means rightward shift, and here leftward shift means less is supplied. Okay, is leftward shift. Okay, so hope you have understood the chapter. And here we complete our second chapter, that is supply. Okay, so the question and answers or the notes, so whatever else, okay, will be there. Okay, of our first chapter I'll be uploading, okay, very soon. And what your homework is, whatever, okay, was taught in the first chapter, you go through it. So very soon I'm going to take a test. Within this week I'm going to take a test. So best of luck, okay, for your test, and thank you for today's class.